What's up, guys? My name is Nick, and you are watching the ROK Music Review, your place to discover and discuss Korean music. And it is time to talk a little bit about some news relating to Korean music. And I said in my live chat that I had the other night that I was going to kind of put a little bit more focus on doing these kinds of things more frequently. And like over the weekend we had got, or the end of last week and all that stuff, we got plenty of, good news, good topics to talk about. And so we're going to start the week off talking about Hee Jun and his June and the scandal. I wouldn't say scandal, but the complaints that some fans have been voicing about his 20th anniversary concert series that he had. And if you didn't know, he's now married because his wedding was over the weekend to Soyul of Crayon Pop, which was one of the most bizarre and unexpected relationship announcements and revelations that I've ever experienced in K-pop. I'm sure that I'm not the only one that's like, wow, that was weird and unexpected, but good on them. They're hopefully happy together and all that stuff, and they have a nice long, marriage. They can be married in like 50 years or whatever. But this here, we're talking about some fans that have made the comments, which I think it potentially was kind of growing or whatever, but he chose to address it on what, I don't remember what the TV show is, but he addressed it. And that was basically because fans were saying or voicing the opinion that he used his 20th anniversary concerts to basically pay for the wedding. And he came out and he said, like, I can't, that's it, it actually hurts me that you guys would think that I would treat you guys like that. I don't see my fans as, ATMs, basically, to just like take all your money and then buy a nice car or do anything like that. So it at least from what he said, he made it out to, he made himself out to be, I guess, like a little hurt and offended by it, which I totally understand why you would think that, especially because, he's been doing this for 20 years. And, is it just now that his fans are complaining that he's making money and using it to pay for things in his life off of the music and the things that he's doing? But to be fair, another side that I've heard of this, and the reason why that these things probably came out, is that some people have not been really kind of happy with the organization and the quality of the concerts that he held. So they, some people really just feel that they were cheap, and they kind of like cut some corners and stuff like that, and the production on stuff wasn't as good as it could be, and that kind of, I guess, fuels the feeling that like he was really not eager to be spending money on it, and and they were just taking all that to pay for his wedding. But here's the thing though, is like, news flash, every single idol that is, or person in music, or anybody who has a job or anything like that, doesn't do it just for the love of it. They do it, well, one, because they love it probably, but also because they need the money to live. So they perform on stage for you, and they get paid for it, and they enjoy doing it, presumably, and so that's why they keep doing it. But they don't. But they need the money to survive. So newsflash, yes, for the last 20 years that he's been making music, he's been like actually putting stuff out, or even more than that. He's been making money off of it, and he's been using it to pay his bills and pay his living expenses, which naturally would include his wedding expenses. So like, yeah, technically, yeah, he probably did take a little bit of that money that he made off of his concert series to fund the wedding or do whatever, but like, so what? Like, I get paid from Walmart, right? But like, I don't work at Walmart specifically because I love it. I mean, I do enjoy working there and stuff, but I don't, like, if I could do this, I would rather do this. Granted, I wouldn't work at Walmart, and I wouldn't make YouTube videos, 100% entirely for free, because then I wouldn't be able to pay rent, buy food, fund a wedding, or anything like that. So it's kind of a shitty comment. It's kind of, of course, it comes off the whole like, oh, we can't believe you're taking this money to, pay for your wedding. It comes off as a little entitled, and, it's a manifestation of a thing that I kind of think is an issue on the internet, especially with younger people, is that, you know, it seems like these people are so used to free entertainment and stuff like that, that when people decide and go off and be like, you know, make money off of this stuff and then use it to buy things and like support their lives and stuff, and people are like, I can't believe that, you know, and then I can't believe you would make money and you would go off and, you know, have a wedding. I can't believe you. That's outrageous. You know, you're taking advantage of us. It was like, well, no, I'm giving you something and I need to get some, you know, compensation for my time in return. You know, it just so happens that, you know, now you got money and then you can spend it on things like funding a wedding for your wife or your fiance or whatever. You know, it's like the levels of like, I guess, delusion amongst some fans, or just, I guess, being naive as to just like how it is being an adult and having, you know, responsibilities that require money to get over them, is pretty outrageous. And you know, ultimately too, right, it's like it leads to them saying some like hurtful things, such as what they said about him putting on his 20th, you know, anniversary concert series just so that he can have some money to, you know, pay for the expenses of the wedding that he had this weekend. And it's kind of shitty, in all honesty. Like, I don't care if you think that the concert is cheap and stuff like that, you know, but to vent your frustration or to put out your frustration, take out your frustrations on this guy by, like, I don't know, implying that he's poor and he's taking advantage of you is completely low and uncalled for. And, like, I don't know. I kind of think that, like, as somebody who would enjoy being entertained by somebody, presumably you like him, if, you know, presumably you enjoy the guy, and his music and his performances and all of this kind of stuff, and then to say, basically just like show that you don't appreciate anything that he's done for you, what is your problem, basically, is what I gotta say to that. It's just like, you people are like the worst, like literally the worst. Someone goes out and does something nice to you, they want to perform on stage for you, right? Of course you got to pay for it because those things cost money as well, and you know, he's gonna spend some time and stuff and he needs to be compensated for that. And then to be like, I can't believe that you would basically get paid and take that money and go spend it. I can't believe you would do that. Is just like, oh, you must be like 10 years old because you don't understand how life actually works, do you? It's the only explanation that I can really come up with, aside from the fact that people on the internet are just horrible and it makes it easy. So is really all I got. Just some little ramble about this thing, because it's a thing that, like, not only does he deal with, but like legitimately people who make videos on YouTube actually do kind of deal with the same mindset and mentality of that. Like, I can't believe that you want to make money off of your videos, and then people get offended when, you know, you say that you want to make a living, or people want to make a living, or they just use ad blockers and all that stuff, even though like that's the only way really for, you know, people starting out to make barely a penny off of every view that you give them. You know, it's just the entitlement to entertainment, and then, you know, the offense and the outrage when you find out that they're actually making money off of it, they're profiting off of it. It's like, you just don't understand how this works. People don't work for free. That's basically it. So I said that was basically it, and I talked for another minute, I think. So, like, legitimately, I'm going to end this here. I want to know your feedback, your response, your reaction to this story. You know, let me know down in the comments or through social media and Twitter. I got links to those profiles in the description box below. If you enjoyed this news video, you want to see more like it, smash that like button, and of course, hit that subscribe button if you want to stay updated with all of my future uploads. Of course, if you're already subscribed, it's not going to do anything other than unsubscribe you, so don't click that button if you are already subscribed. So that is going to be it for this video. As always, I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.